Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 20.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Adrian Phillips, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
At the 42-yard line.
Set, ready. Henry. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Quit talking about it and bring it. Hey, watch that. Watch that. Check, Mike. 57. Mike, 54. Hey, defense.
After the turnover, here's Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Another try after the first down sack. Murray. He leaves this one for Howard. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
54 Mike. 54 Mike. Check, check. Watch.
Now Murray. Able to find Isabella. Touchdown, Cardinals. Andy Isabella, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now 21-0. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Carr, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Carr, open man is Thielen. It's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 21. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Adrian Phillips there to knock that one away. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one.
And my goodness, another interception. Good positioning, and it's picked off. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing it.
A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. So 2nd down on 2-yard line. You're not in desperation mode here. What do? You go to the ground, you pass. I guess either's an option.
Yeah, I think it depends on how much you trust the guy who throws the football. Because if you trust him, now's a great time for a little play action and going up top.
Mike's 54.
From his own end zone now, it's Murray. This one caught by Isabella. And all the way to the 25 before he's hit and dropped. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
54, right there, 54 Mike. Rip left. 54 is Mike. Check, watch.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that's what he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Come on. You better bring it.
Murray again, 2nd and 10. They'll set up the screen to Howard. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. On the delay, it's Howard. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 16. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Right there. Watch the curl. Kill.
The final shot here before half for Carr. Lets it fly for Thielen. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. On 2nd and 12, Carr. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now Carr, and he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Shotgun now for Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Sione Takitaki able to record his 5th sack of the season. To try again after the sack. Carr. And now here is another interception. Picked up by the linebacker Jordan Hicks. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. They'll run on first down. Howard. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
54 Mike. All day, just like that. Just like that.
On second and 15 now. Murray eluding the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. You got a young quarterback, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense, because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner.
Stephon Diggs, the 30, 10, touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, 81 yards. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. So now here's Derek Carr leading his guys up to go for 2.
Check 4, check 4. Kill.
Throwing now is Carr. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
54, Mike, 54. All day, dog.
On first down, it's Howard. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now Murray off play action, rolling to his right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
From the gun on third down, Murray. That's caught by Howard. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down. Murray now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's first and 10. Running from the gun with Howard. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
It's a gain of 9.
They go with Howard again. Now Howard stripped. He lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They'll try to run with Edmonds. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. Chase Edmonds, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Extra point by Badgley up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And Diggs has it. No gain there on the completion, second and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sione Takitaki in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Raider 1. 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Watch the run. Raider 1. Watch the run. Shift.
On third and long, it's Carr. He's airing it out for Sanu. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It'll be an Arizona first down on a gain of 17. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now Howard. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
No. Off.
Out of the gun, this is Howard. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Mike 54. I got you, son.
On 2nd and 7, Murray nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him. Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Steps away to his left. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Linval Joseph able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. Back now on EA Sports as the kick teams are out here following the 2-minute warning. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Get down. 180. Here we go.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Now Carr. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. A little bit of space there for the first down run as that's going to get him about 5 yards. Chandler Jones, a former All-Pro, in on the tackle. Again, it's Cook. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.